So I heard about this girl, and this chick had 300 subs around 3 days ago. Asmongold reacted to her video, and she got 60,000 subs in a day, and now she's at 90,000 subs in a day. I'm unfamiliar with this person. I do love when women can put their own bias and their lifestyle aside and speak fairly and objectively over an issue that we have in games, including the party that might be involved. So I am curious to hear what this video is about, and hopefully if I react, I can help her get to 100K. That is at least the goal. I've heard this video is quite good, so I would like to hear it out.
I think I'm starting to spiral here. In every other kind of media, shows, books, movies, we expect characters to be these complex, emotionally layered, and oftentimes attractive people. CD Projekt Red gave us Geralt in a bathtub, and the entire internet said, absolute cinema. But
then the moment you sexualize a woman, the internet loses their fucking mind. I guarantee you that's the next words out of her mouth. And if so, I'm pre-liking the video.
when a female game character is hotter, suddenly it's like the studio committed some kind of war crime. And
I love her. I love her. I love her. She's the best. She's the greatest. And finally, someone who makes me feel like I'm not going fucking crazy. It's the same thing in the gacha community. A dude comes out with fucking 12-pack abs, foot-long dick, jacked as shit, eating out the woman's pussy the whole game. This is so empowering. This is so empowering. The moment a girl has any amount of cleavage, what the fuck is this gooner game? Like, what the fuck am I even playing? Like, I'm a lesbian and this makes me angry. Jesus.
And somewhere between 2014 and now, these types of women just started disappearing more and more from our Western games. You know, women who had beauty and charm and mystery, lip gloss, and the ability to just ruin your life with a single dialogue option.
Absolutely. And the reason why this happens is because beautiful women no longer exist in the gaming sphere anymore. They don't. They don't play fucking video games. They're too busy taking their fucking clothes off and being whores and selling their body on the internet to their fucking OnlyFans. Now all we got is a bunch of ugly ass motherfuckers occupying the fucking space who gets angry whenever they see a relatively attractive fucking woman. So we gotta pander to these fucking hogs all day. It's ridiculous.
So let's talk about the modern female protagonist. How did you feel when I said that? Yeah, that's what I thought. Typically, they're more emotionally walled off. They're vaguely angry, honestly, me too. They have tactical everything, tragic backstories, but a lot of times won't talk about it with you. Muted color palettes, and no cute hairstyles or makeup or joy.
Okay,
and they normally
I will defend, hold up.
Their palettes and no cute hair.
I will defend this character as a guy with an immense amount of bias towards Fable. The main character for Fable is a jackass. A complete fucking jackass. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and say that they literally had to make this character fucking ugly because they're a fucking jackass. And there's also a meter where the more good things you do, the better you look, the better you smell. You get a golden aura around you. And the worst things you do, you get like flies and you get uglier and you smell like shit. So I'm gonna assume that this is the neutral base point. I could be totally wrong about this. I could be totally fucking wrong about this. I'm gonna assume this is the neutral starting point. And if you do more good things, you become more beautiful. If you do more horrific things, you become uglier. But that is my opinion. I am a massive Fable fan. I have a lot of emotional connection to this game. When my house burnt down, I played Skylanders and Fable 3 hundreds of times. I love this fucking franchise. And I am horrified that this game might become a fucking train wreck. And it looks like it might be a fucking train wreck. But I'm going to, fingers crossed, and hope that it's good. And I also haven't heard news in forever.
Hairstyles or makeup or joy, and they normally display more masculine traits. And
Yes.
I'm not saying that these characters can never work.
Sure.
But if they're not done extremely well,
Yes.
the issue isn't just that so many of them fall flat, it's that they don't resonate at all. They're not.
Absolutely. I think a character that was a great character that was more progressive would be probably Jax from Mass Effect 2 and 3. This fucking butch, bald-headed lesbian who was masculine as fuck. She was awesome. Really good character. I think a poorly done progressive character is that fucking non-binary dragon from Dragon Age, and it just felt so fucking forced. It was embarrassing.
Not iconic, they're not aspirational, and they're just not the kind of character you want to think about after the credits roll.
Sorry,
Just
Jack,
like
not
the women
Jax.
that I obsess over in all my books and TV shows, the smart, complex, stunning characters, I just want to aspire to the character that I'm playing in a game. She should feel powerful and gorgeous and emotionally relatable in a way that makes sense. But
When we play a game, the point of the game, for a lot of cases, is to make you feel like you're a god of that world. Like you have control and everyone looks at you with affection and admiration. Because in real life, this is a very cold, bitter world where so many people, so many men who get a single compliment remember it for the rest of their lives because it's never gonna happen again. It's never gonna happen again. And people just wanna feel like they're important. They want to feel like they're special. They want to feel like they matter. So yes, they want to be a beautiful man. They want to see beautiful women, or they want to be a beautiful woman, and they want to see beautiful men, because that's the slice of reality that they're never going to get, because the world isn't like that, and they're using this to escape their world, which might be much more cold and much more bitter than the average Joe. So people use video games as an escape. So let's stop making video games feel like a worse version of this already horrific hell that so many people have to endure every single fucking day.
most of the leads that we're getting nowadays, they're not memorable. And let's be honest, they're not exactly breaking the internet. Okay, at least in a good way. The characters that really stand out, that
Concord was
make
a joke.
difference, they've got it all. They've got the looks and the charm and the presence and the personality, and they've got the things that make people care, or at least cosplay. Well, we didn't want to over-sexualize her. Okay, that's fine. I'm on board with that. But somewhere along the way, that turned into she can't flirt or cry or be.
I would also like to say I am totally okay with characters not being sexualized. Like having their tits out, being like their entire personality is sucking dick. It's annoying to me too. Like, trust me. Like, I like a little bit of mystique, and the more depth of the personality, the more that I'm actually attracted to them in a fucking normal way, rather than this thing exists just to make me come. Right? So I like when the characters have personality. It's good. I don't mind fan service at all. I don't mind sexualization at all, but when that's all they have, it loses substance. So it does get annoying even for me, and I'm a fucking gooner. Right? But yeah, I don't know when it became from we can't sexualize characters to now we have to make these characters make you flaccid because of how fucking ugly they are.
Be too gentle or smile
Yeah, there's a big difference between sexy and sexualized. Absolutely.
too much or wear makeup. Yes, sorry, I'm gonna hit on that a little bit today. We went from don't objectify her to don't let her feel like a real person. And she can be
Yep.
strong, but not soft, beautiful, but only if it's on accident. Heaven forbid she has feelings and good hair at the same time. And I think about this every time that I get the opportunity to make a custom character in a game. She is always a baddie that has lore. Winged eyeliner, mysterious aura. Every NPC in the game is in love with her, and honestly, they should be, okay? My tab in Baldur's Gate 3. An angel. She walks into a scene and the lighting just
Holy
gets better.
fuck, she's
Gale starts
beautiful.
sweating, and Asterion is chomping at the bit. Shadowheart's having
Jesus.
some conflictions, and her inventory is even more iconic. She's got 3 cursed rings, an apple, and a morally questionable tiara that she just doesn't want to take off. And it just makes you wonder, because if certain games let you create characters with so much charm and magnetism, why can't games with dedicated female leads do the same thing? Well, what are some of the more recent female leads that we've been graced with? I think about Frey from Forspoken. She can fight dragons and bend the laws of physics.
Oh, she looks
and
dope.
literally parkour across dimensions. That's super cool. But for some reason, they gave her the most awkward dialogue and had her deliver every line like she was on hold with customer service. On mute. What about Kay Vess from Star Wars Outlaws? She's a scrappy space outlaw.
No idea.
In theory. In practice, she kind of just plays like she just respawned from a bug and isn't sure where she is or why she's there. Okay, well, what about female Ivor from Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Actually, she was canonically the real one. But you probably wouldn't know that because even Ubisoft was like, dang, that's crazy. Anyway, check out this guy's beard. Or Dragon Age the Veilguard. This
Oh, God.
game was like 10 years in the oven,
Oh,
and somehow
God.
it still came out soggy. It often felt
Jesus.
cringy instead of charming, and there really wasn't much mystery, but there was a lot of licturing. And instead
fucking
of
joke.
emotionally rich companions, we kind of just got chronically online Twitter bios in fantasy outfits. I
Yep.
think you get the
Them
point.
damn Pokédex
but
bios.
I'm gonna say it anyway. We need female characters with range, with presence, with a little drama, if you will. The girls who made you feel something were not perfect. They were messy and charismatic and complicated in the best way. Sadie Adler from Red Dead 2, her husband literally dies, and she goes, cool, I'm going feral now. And grieving? Yes. Stunning? Yes. Horse girl? Absolutely. But I would let her run me over with that horse. Chloe Frazier from Uncharted. She's flirty and morally flexible and somehow still makes betrayal feel hot. Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy.
There we go. Finally, a fucking character that I know. One of the most iconic and sexy video game females of all time. Bro, Tifa makes me fucking weak. Like, holy shit. I need to play Final Fantasy VII Remake just so I get to experience this queen in real life, man.
She could literally take down a behemoth in one hit and then quietly make you some soup and ask if you've been sleeping okay. Max from Life is Strange, a super sweet, anxious girl who accidentally rewrote the entire space-time continuum just because she had too many feelings. And honestly, we love a relatable queen. Or Nabooru from the Legend of Zelda series.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. Baby Techie got made weak by that chick.
She leads armies and fights evil, and
Yes,
somehow
she does.
still looks like she's posing for a Vogue cover the entire
Yep.
time. Probably my first girl crush. This
Yep.
should not be controversial.
Baby
but,
Techie.
I'll say it. We need to bring back a great male leads. Okay? And not because women can't carry a story, but because we've just like chucked balance off a cliff. It seems like the knee-jerk reaction to underrepresentation accusations became all female everything forever, no notes. And now, after we've gotten so many forgettable female leads, not you, Ellie and Aloy, my queens, but with all the others, we've hit this weird place where the audience is already exhausted before the trailer even ends. And unfortunately, caught in the crossfires of this has been Naughty Dog's new IP, Intergalactic.
Jesus Christ, bro. I'm just gonna be real. If the developers can't make a character look good, why would anybody trust them to make a game be good? It's such a simple task. Like, it is so fucking simple. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I will pass.
And Ghost of Yote. But when I think about just well-written women in games, what's interesting is some of gaming's best women were not even the protagonist, but they were the scene stealers. Ciri from The Witcher 3.
I think Ciri looks great. I know the internet freaked out over Ciri. I thought Ciri looked fine. Like, straight up. I thought she looked hot as fuck. Maybe that's just me. I thought she looked great.
Is quite literally the entire reason that Geralt is risking his life across these war-torn kingdoms. And
Yeah.
she's this complicated, beautiful, just wild
Yeah.
young girl who's somehow still more mature than everyone else around her. Or Yuna from Final Fantasy X, this graceful, selfless, and devastating character who's literally carrying the hopes of an entire world on her back, and then she still apologizes when she inconveniences you. And if that's not being a girl...
Guys, why don't any good women exist anymore, man? It's just so depressing, man. We can't have good women in real life because they're all at home doing OnlyFans. And we can't have any good women in video games because the lesbians on Twitter said that they have to be ugly now. Man, it's so sad, bro. It's so sad.
Well, I don't know what is. Or Midna from Twilight Princess. All right, she's a little bit annoying at first, but she bullies Link for like the first 30 hours of the game, saves his life, opens a dimensional portal, and then vanishes all with a glowing tear. He never says a word to her the entire game, but she says everything with her absence. Truly a legendary situationship. And while Western games are nervously nerfing kind of every trace of femininity from their female characters, Eastern devs are like, yeah, here's a mysterious woman who could kill you and make you cry about it. You're welcome. Capcom? They've been in their iconic woman era since like forever. Resident Evil is one of my all-time favorite series, and Jill is tactical, calm, easily has the cleanest bob in gaming.
Yo, what's the name? There she is. I was about to say, what is this bitch's name? She is so fine, and she's such a good character. Like, she's sexy as fuck. I would hardly say Ada is sexualized. I would say she is just gorgeous and empowered. I love this character.
Ada
She's
is
so good.
mysterious, stylish.
Oh, is it Ada? I always called her Ada.
She might lie to your face, but she's still gonna get a fan cam. Claire is this beautiful, kind, capable woman who takes zero nonsense. And Lady D had like 10 minutes of screen time in Village.
Overrated. I'll say it. Overrated. Every time I jerk off to this character, I regret it afterwards. Straight up. I regret it every time. Because I'm like, man, I just jerked off to a grandma. I can't do it. I know a lot of you guys are crazy about this. But, dude, I think the sisters are way hotter. Way, way, way hotter. So much better. It's insane. Like, it is insane. Anyways.
And she still owned Halloween for like the next 2 years. They're hot, they're cool, they've got so much range, and you remember them. You want to be them, or you just kind of want them to emotionally damage you just a little bit. It's the same kind of energy with Monster Hunter Wilds. They dropped a couple of composed, stunning women, and the internet instantly started to cosplay. They're expressive and graceful, and they've just got that magnetism about them. And that's why the boys are in love, the girls are in love, and I am in love. And then we've got From Software, who just casually releases the most haunting, elegant women in modern gaming like it's nothing. The doll from Bloodborne, our favorite Victorian comfort character. She's soft-spoken, she's gentle, and she definitely knows more than she's letting on. Or Lady Maria, tragic, terrifying character with perfect posture, and 10 out of 10, I would let her fight me again. Or Ronnie from Elden Ring, who I was quite literally on my knees for, and I made sure to do every single step of her quest so I could serve her as me Elden Lord. Or Melina. Melina was so glowing and quiet and just sad. And then when she leaves you at the side of grace, like, my work here is done. And you're just devastated and you're just sitting there all by yourself.
Why was she called the Finger Maiden? From soft, you becoming from sus. That was some sussy baka type shit, brother.
Alone in your little tunic. These ladies do not need exposition dumps or 80 cutscenes. They just show up and drip elegance, drop one line of vague sorrow, and then next thing you know, you're obsessing over cosplays and fan art for like the next month. I say all of this because femininity is not outdated. It's not shallow, and it's not something that you need to water down for the story to be taken seriously. It's range. So please let women be cute and manipulative, kind and a little chaotic, soft but have sharp teeth, pretty, powerful, emotionally devastating, and the reason the protagonist starts journaling in a cave somewhere. Because femininity is Zelda, steadfast and radiant, and standing between her kingdom and ruin with nothing but hope and stubborn grace. Or Triss, who's clever and compassionate and plays politics with you with a super soft smile that just makes you kind of forget that she's winning. Or Bayonetta, who's playful and provocative and treats every battlefield like a runway and then
or my goat, Lollipop Chainsaw. Now that's what every woman should strive to be.
Never manages to smudge her lipstick. Or Lightning, who's a beautiful, guarded, and grieving character who carries the entire weight of the world in 6-inch heels. And when female characters are done right, they're not flat, or abrasive, or weak. They're actually narrative gold. They have tension and softness that stabs, or beauty as a weapon. Let's let women be gorgeous and terrifying, sweet and strategic, gentle and unhinged. Let them be feminine again.
Nah, we gotta make them all hate men, and we gotta make them all ugly, because God forbid a man jerks off to them. And that would be terrible. That would be awful. Guys, I'm gonna blow your mind. Did you know that women masturbate to video game characters too? Yeah, how about we go get on those motherfuckers? Because I'm tired of being held guilty for that shit. Like, bro, it's just normal shit. Who cares? Let beautiful people be beautiful people, and let's just stop getting so upset about it, man. Jesus, let's stop making y'all's mental illness our responsibility. It's such a fucking joke. Great video. Insanely good video. And I hope to God they have 100,000 subs a week after I post this shit. Bye-bye.